Hey guys, Kage for it, and this isn't a vlog. I didn't get to do a vlog on Thursday. I guess I'll give you. This isn't what I came on to talk about, but I guess I'll let you know. Thursday I didn't get to do a vlog. Sorry about that. I'm definitely gonna do it next Thursday. I just had a lot of crap going on. I didn't really have time. Not much to talk about either. This is gonna be my Dragon Age 2 first impressions. I played the game for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, and I don't have any prepared notes here. I'm just doing this on the fly, so excuse me for being kind of, you know. Anyway, graphics. I think the graphics are pretty cool. I'm not going to say they're better or worse. They're just different. In some instances, I thought that I think that the character animations are sometimes worse and sometimes better. The game seems a little bit more colorful, which I appreciate. So for graphics, you know, I think the game looks pretty good. It's a little bit more stylized, a little bit more cartoon-like. And, you know, I think it's pretty good. I like the way it looks. It's a nice change from the first one. So I guess, if anything, I would say I like the graphics better just because it's a nice change. It's not the same old thing. Okay, the interface, the UI, it's much better than the first one. The UI, like, the way you can see, the way in the first one you had, like, your character portraits on the top left-hand side of the screen, very big, very kind of in the way. And on this one, they're very small on the bottom left-hand side, very unintrusive. The hotbar is extremely small. The mini-map is kind of like see-through and very out of the way. I don't even see it unless I look at it. The mini-map is really cool now that I'm thinking about it. When I'm not looking for it, I don't see it. It doesn't obstruct the game or anything or cause any problems like that. But when I need it, it's there and I can use it. UI is a much better UI. Very unintrusive. The game just looks bigger because the UI is not cluttering up the screen. Storyline. I'm only 4 hours into the game, 5 hours into the game. I know the storyline will pick up eventually, but I'm not digging the storyline right now. You are a family, and you're running from the Blight. It kind of happens simultaneously with the first game. So as, you know, my guy in Dragon Age Origins is fighting off the Blight, you know, you get caught in a city and have to get a thieves guild to buy your way into the city, because basically you're a refugee and they don't want to let people in the city. It's filling up because everyone's fleeing the Blight, and you make a deal with the Thieves Guild where they'll pay your way in the city, you know, enough money where you had no chance of raising that much money, so they do it for you, but then you have to spend the next year paying it off, and as you spend the next year paying it off, you're not playing the game. It's just that's what happens during the Blight, the end of the Blight. The warden, you know, my guy, basically killed off the Blight, and everything's back to normal, and that's about where I am right now. And I don't really see a general storyline. There's a lot of little side quests and stuff. Don't seem that interesting either. Although side quests never really seem that interesting to me. The characters, I like the dwarf guy, Vorik, Vorik. He's really cool. He's in the beginning talking to somebody about you. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but he seems like a really interesting character. And I just met the girls. Don't seem that interesting, probably because one of them was my sister. You know, I'm looking for girls to bang, you know, and I'm like, well, there's my sister, that's stupid, you know, but whatever. And then there's this other girl who's like, she's like a tank, she's kind of like a tomboy, so she's not really that interesting as far as like romantic involvement. As far as just general friends and stuff, everything, the characters just don't seem that interesting to me right now, this early in the game. There's no Morgan, there's no Alistar. There's no, you know, even the guys in Dragon Age Origins that die in the joining in the first one had a little bit more personality than these characters. Maybe I just got to spend some time with it. I just met an elf chick who seems really cool, Meryl. She seems very interesting, and like I said, the dwarf guy Vorik is pretty cool. So there's some good characters, and I'm starting to get in. I'm starting to, you know, starting to like them a little bit more. I'm trying to think of what else about the game. Graphics, voice acting is spectacular, just like the first one. Same thing, just great game. Combat. The combat, all right. The items in the game are very simplified. They basically. I guess the idea of Dragon Age 2 is that they stripped off all the fat. They took the things in Dragon Age Origins that just was extra baggage and like stuff I didn't really need, and they stripped it away. And now this is a much more streamlined game. You know, armor and weapons and stuff have like one general stat. You know, the ability trees where you still have decisions on where you want to go. They're stripped down to the basics, the stuff that really matters, and I really appreciate that. The combat is a lot more fast-paced. I have fun playing a mage. My mage looks like a ninja, like using a bow staff. He's just so cool. Like, I mean, there's no more friendly fire. If I want to throw a fireball in the middle of a battle, I can do it. I don't have to worry about hurting my own guys. Less realistic, definitely. More fun, absolutely. I'm really digging the combat. It's a little bit console-fied, a little bit more action, but there's still the strategy in there. I haven't had to do too much strategy yet, but I'm gonna get more into that, and I'm sure it'll get a little bit tougher as I go along. The last thing I wanted to talk about was they merged a lot of the things I like from Mass Effect into this. They have a radio menu now where like bottom is being a dick, middle is middle of the road thing, and up is the one on top is the high road being a nice guy, and I kind of appreciate it. Also, the protagonist, your character, has a voice now, and he's a very good voice. He, she, I don't know the girl, but the guy is a very good voice actor, and I really appreciate it. It's very early. I'm always wowed with new games, so I don't want to say that I like Dragon Age 2 better than Dragon Age, but so far I'm liking it better than Dragon Age. I put 50 hours into Dragon Age Origins. After I put 50 hours into Dragon Age 2, I'll have a much better idea of what I think about the games. So that's my first impressions for Dragon Age 2, and I hope you found this kind of interesting, and take it easy.